on the top of that mini rooftop as the bomb is going to be over towards the outside area. Now leaning towards lower. Nico able to grab a good kill on the far leg, but Sticko now getting Locker's control. Might be able to cut off some rotations, and it's going to maybe free up the T's to start getting this lower bomb side control. But as I say that,
rattle off a few shots, sees a player dipping down into the vents. Oh, that's a beautiful one tap from Valder as well. Nullifying Zen. Bomb has been planted at the backside of the site, but when you consider that there's still 5 of OG remaining, it's so hard to see how Sunny and Madden can hold on. And Alexi's dual barrette is a
case may be it just is going to put that strain on them. As, you know, now that they have it, FPX are content just to kind of sit back and let OG stew on it a bit. But now we see the slowdown on Mini, and Maiden's looking for an entry in upper site.
May very well get it. Catches it with Nico, who did get one before he fell down. And doing so, Madden was caught in a couple of awkward positions. So 3v2, OG have the advantage, and they're actually going to lock it down to try and get some early control down. Meanwhile, the rest of them, though, will be wrapping through round. Mantle is here, waiting with York, misses his shot. He has Issa alongside him, who misses everything.
Oh, no.
There's a team kill in there as well. I'm not quite sure what happens. Nico takes Farlig down in the back of the head.
Smart thing by making sure he controls Hut and knowing that he can like, focus on so many angles at once. But Alexa B, that's a big kill. Catching this sweep under Heaven. Zen able to trade, gets it back to a 2-on-2. But again, I feel like Nico's playing this pretty smart, and it's still giving OG a chance.
30 seconds, but Zen has been splattered by Mantu's AWP. And Man watching ramp, different angle. Same result, missing his first shot, but as he said, just being blocks and 1 D-ball, it's going to be a massacre. And, oh, I was going to say Issa probably should clean this up. Honestly, 2 kills is already a W in my mind, considering the lack of weaponry they came out with. And maybe Zen can make it a bit more costly.
By the way, so there's been a bit of a miscommunication on smoke placement, which is not allowing Sunny to get that crossover to Secret that he normally has been getting. And Val has already found a kill on the Sticko and is deep now in Squeaky Hall. So this is actually worrisome for FPX. This is great news for OG.
Gives him a fast pincer point as well to get round the back of them. There's Mantu not sticking, or I should say, is sticking the landing and gets his second one as well. He'll go down as Issa was ring around the box. This is where that loose cannon, the Mad Dog himself, Madden, may very well be called upon to just do something crazy. He does it so often, but his aim lets him down. He is one of those players that lives or dies by the sword, by his aggression. Sunny goes in.
Oh, no.
Looking much better. The spray through the smoke is on point, and Alexi goes down. Sticko elsewhere, systematically just taking players down left and right. And Nico, the man with a lot of points to prove, well, he's left standing in a 1-on-4.
That's so tough. That was a great pickup in Mini and then a great incendiary on Squeaky to stop FPX. I think FPX just making a big shot, a big play to somehow open this round back up.
Time dwindling away, and there's no flashes, no smokes to proceed the push, and they have to deal with this. Zen can't move too far backwards, otherwise he dies to the Molotov. And that puts him in the firing squad. 10 HP left on the Finn, and 4 players with 23 seconds. Doesn't even have control over the bomb. At least sprays into Nico, makes this a bit more costly for OG. Another headshot comes in. Surely this isn't possible. The Molotov will at least fend away the player down in vent, but he's not going to be checking his left-hand side, and he is gone. He may even get knifed. There we go. Stabby stab from Alexi. And this
get back into Mini safely around that smoke. He's able to do just that. Mantu gets a nice opening shot, and he's able to get away, and he feels that threat from that top silo. Meanwhile, Issa's gotten a pick elsewhere on the map. I believe that was probably ramp room. So another quick 5-on-3 here for OG. They've had so many of these, Vince. And it's so hard to come back from this if you're on the FPX side.
And a lot of those picks have been from Mantu's hands. You've got to give him a lot of credit. You've got to give
of FPX. They really need this to steer it close as soon as possible, as we are going to see an upper explosion here from OG.
Farlig at the back of the site will need to land some shots, and it's gone begging as Nico and Issa put down the bodies with 2 frags. Alexi also with a headshot through the smoke just to add insult to injury.
Slim pickings as far as what resources they'll even have, as we are going to see the upper take, and Issa hits a blinder on the Sunny. Mollies are down, Maiden rotating, but only to meet his demise. And again, OG have such a quick 5-on-3. The opening picks have just been favoring OG just the vast majority of the game.
Downstairs alongside Farlig, 2 of the weaker players with a Deagle and MP9, but Farlig still sticks to the shot. He will go down. No, he won't actually. He gets a second frag. That's unreal. And he gets a third on top of it. Out of nowhere, Farlig has sprung into action and is just straight up running through OG. Where was this earlier on in the half? FPX have had an advantage. And now now. They need to hold on to this advantage. Zen with a good spray. Farley changing up the angles. Very aggressive angle with the ult, but it's worked out for him. Love to see that. He burns alive, but Zen is there to pick up the pieces. And it's looking good, but FPX at least will survive with one more. And Velda, well, yeah, Maiden's locked it down elsewhere. Now Stiko can fall back to the site. 20 seconds to play with. Good flashbang, but no follow-up damage just yet. Mad2 goes in on Madden. Will they check this angle? Well, if they weren't before, now they definitely will. And Stiko survives longer than I anticipated, but finally does meet his fate. Farlig with the Deagle, 8 seconds to play with. Can he deny the bomb plant? No, goes in a bit too aggressive and gets killed. Zen can deny the bomb plant and he could just win this round. It's all down to Zen, and just purely off timing, he gets it done. Mounting a comeback. It's not a full buy. They're going to decide to dip down to just Valder on the hero buy, and why the hell not? Because he's capable of doing that. Just running straight in, getting the first kill.
Indeed, he might not be done yet. Never mind, Sunny will silence him, but it's at a huge cost, down to 1 health, but no one's been able to trade it yet, and Farlig's found this pick outside, so...
Madden playing an angle we haven't really seen FPX perched in just yet. Does get the drop onto Nico. That's the bomb that goes with him. Farlig, oh, this is a little bit scary, but still connects it onto Alexi, and goes back in for seconds and keeps himself... Definitely feels that way. Means that there's 2 incendiaries and plenty of flashes left at their disposal as Alexi goes in. Stiko and Sunny, though, are both chipped in with kills. Mad2's going to hold the line onto Stiko. The bomb is starting to get diffused right now. Valder needs to peek this. He needs to deal with this. Otherwise, it will just get diffused right under their noses. And even though Valder is putting many bodies down, that's the aspect you've got to give FPX a lot of credit for. That they've dealt with a lot of different sides and takes from OG. They haven't been one-dimensional. They've tried aggression. They've tried outside control, and everything's been thwarted. Again, Zen in the right position to strike. He puts down the first frag, goes in for more, into an A hit. They will ride or die on this decision, and Madden in a perfect position. Oh, this setup is looking way too solid, but that first kill is huge. And Stiko with the up and over grenade does a lot of damage, softens up a few targets, changes his position. Stiko now needs to hold on, and Mad2 gets 1, but that will not be good enough. And if he dies after time as well, this just goes from bad to worse. 3 seconds to play with. He holds his ground. They will be conceding the round, OG.
It has been just crazy to see them really keep their composure and grind their way back. They've been aggressive and assertive on the CT side. It's gone well, but not this round. Alexa B, 2 huge entries back to OG 5v3. It's been a bit since we've had that situation come up, but it is here now, right in a key moment.
OG rushing straight downstairs. How many times do we see this? A comeback to 15-14, and then you lose. The classic. It's not over just yet. Stiko perched up above the bomb plant, tries to deny it, but goes down to the hands of Issa, and Farlig out in the open in awkward positions, gone down to Valder. It's looking good that OG will finally, after so many opportunities, after so many hurdles that they have slipped, tripped, and face-planted over, it looks like they may be getting this wrapped up at 16-14. Sunny, try as he may, has to pull off a 1 versus 4 clutch. He has the AK-47, he has full HP, and he has a bit of utility, but that fuse on the bomb is ticking so quickly. He's a bit more damage to Mad2, that's all well and good, but the time itself is going to work against him. It's effectively a 1v3 in that respect. Down goes the smoke, tickles the bomb, spray out. He has to just hope for the best. It's not going to happen. OG will be taking the map.
So I think that's going to be a big head-to-head match versus Farlig.
Well, we're going to have a big head-to-head in Connector. Many bodies in there, and it's OG that are holding their nerve. And
unfortunately down in a very rough position for OG to recover, but Mad2 on this backstab from the upper stairs finds his man. Farlig gets quick to trade back. Nico tries to swing off of it. Now he's being pinched. He gets his man, though, turns around and almost pulls.
The tactical nuke has landed and does get picked off. Good flash, though, with the peek. There's another player here. It's going to be Sunny with the AUG, and he's done his job. Issa elsewhere, silencing Zen.
To a retake from FPX, and they are very low on 2 of their players.
Very low post plant comes in. Slight gap in the smoke will yield an opportunity for Mad2 to get 1. He wants to try and double up. This could be the end of the round if he can get that secondary frag, but here comes Farlig through heaven with the AUG. And the spray's on point, but they still don't know where Issa and Velda are exactly. It would stand to reason that one would be short, one would be monster. And Farlig with the insta-headshot, looking for more, doesn't get it. Issa's trying to play time. Both players are very low. Next bullet may very well finish this round, and it comes from Madden. Yeah, with the trifecta of players that are waiting for them. You'd fancy FPX, but they've lost the first. And Farley, that's the up that goes with him. Good flashbang. Valda was fully flashed and gets taken down by the hands of Madden. 25 seconds, fast rotation as well. Coming to the forefront. It's looking grim for OG. They may be able to get this plant down, but it's a cost to another couple of players. Now it's all down to Issa, and Issa will fall to Zen.
They haven't really allowed FPX any intel to start rotating this side.
Farlig again strikes. 33 seconds. They're pushing up long. That's where the bulk of the aggression will be coming in from. And Farlig no-scopes Valda. He did get a quick-fire headshot onto Madden, which makes A-side a little bit easier to take. But they still need to deal with the AWPer. And Nico does it in style. Double smokes down onto Dumpster and Bank that allows them the safe passage of a plant for Bank side. They need to make sure they don't get sprayed through the smoke. For just a pixel to execute off, to give his team a chance to pick up a 6th in a round. Sonny goes in onto Alexi. This may put them into an awkward position, but he's been spotted. The bomb planted for Bank is going to make this so much more difficult, but Sonny comes back in. The bomb's not really planted for Mantu, but at least he can go for that wide swing, and in doing so, he does give his side up, but Sonny can't punish him. The Glock comes out, and even though Sonny picks up the frag, I'm not sure there's enough time. It's going to be exceptionally close. Does he just about have it? No! A millisecond away.
Either way, Nico's off the board. 4-on-4 situation. The rest of OG looking to commit towards B, but the CT positioning here, flanking through blue, is going to be a problem, and Zin has found his man.
Flashes are good, but Farlig's aim is up to the task. And with his frag, it alleviates the pressure for Madden to go ahead and get the headshot and a secondary one behind. They want to just try and swarm the site and overwhelm these CTs. They've done just to Zen. Farlig, though, of course, connects his shot, his only opportunity so far, and his teammates are falling around him. He's still alive. He needs to pull another huge round out the bag. Otherwise, OG may be picking up 2. They've lost Nico, though, and Stiko's going in for more. Tagged down to 11, but Valda's pretty low on top of that. He does have an M4 by his side, but now he's last man standing. Has to whip the Deagle out, missing the first couple of shots and doesn't get it done. Farlig again.
Its utility. They only have basic utility left to actually execute the side, so they have to commit to it. That's what they're looking for here over on A side, but Farlig and company are up to the task, and they are defending perfectly.
Once again, doing no wrong. Issa, though, is the one component on long that's now shown himself. It is a 2-on-3. HP favoring FPX. Manpower favoring FPX. And more so now that Stiko has found himself another one. And
they have one smoke fence. If one thing goes wrong, they're ruined.
And Farlig is here and he's waiting. Chomps down onto Alexi and he's still hungry. He's not been satiated fully. 3 kills to Farlig. And the round falls apart. 20 seconds on that rotation. And it just wasn't ever really looking likely.
On the gas pedal here towards the end of this first half.
The aggression. And Stiko with a triple spray and a 4 through the smoke. And they did force into this round. OG came out with weapons.
Yeah, that's now 5 rounds in a row. They've won with 3 or more players still alive. So, I mean, they've been able to turn that ship around quite some time ago. Now we finally have an opening pick on the A side of the map here from Nico. Testing the waters there a couple of times, and it's actually catches Stiko on the aggression at short B. So hold the phone. All of a sudden, OG has something going their way.
Finally something to get excited about, but Zen is quickly going to shut that one down. Looking to douse out the flames of a potential comeback of OG. Still not done. They're not across the finish line of round 14. Farlig is in the right position again. He is just outmaneuvering OG at every given turn, and Madden is already around the back of them. Down through Monster. Mantu takes the head off, but now Mantu can...
It's unreal. The fact that Man's been able to slip back over towards Graffiti. Oh. Yeah, it's 2 rounds in a row. Nico's been able to get the opening pick at A and give his team some options. And now it looks like they're going to be able to get a favorable situation here at B. They now have a 3-on-1. Probably trying to fight back, but I don't know if
they have the advantage in terms of their positioning. Farlig comes out. This would be the... Watch this, but they are getting battered right now, 12-3. Maybe they can manage to pull a bit of a comeback off, and if they're going to do so, it has to start with a pistol, and it's Alexis leading by example. It's 3 kills. He goes down, though. Farlig and Madden both get frags, but now Nico from the back will
reclaim, and now he has to get away, and the MP9 gonna be tough to use at this distance, but he does find Zin. Nico's gone down. He's stranded. He's trying to scramble out of there, but Farlig not
extend fully enough to deal with Valda. I don't think it does. I think he can actually just stay on the bank. I think he can just get the easy kill, and the smokes actually made this a one-way. It's gone horribly wrong. FPX had every opportunity to just instantly bounce back into this half, and instead Sonny on 12 HP has to just pull the plug.
catch them as they're trying to cross site. Oh, never mind. They did actually smoke for heaven, but there's a gap in it, Vince.
Which is worse than there being no smoke.
Yes.
Because that baits them into feeling like they're safe, and Mantu just gets 2 kills from a result of that. And that's the sloppiness that you're talking about, Dust. Right there and then. That maybe cost them the round. It's still not quite over just yet. There's an AWP and Galil and a Deagle. They're trying to desperately get their hands back on the bomb, but it puts them in an awkward spot before 2 kills back-to-back. Madden and Farley both chip in, and now Madden in a 1-on-2 with 8 seconds to play with gets nullified by Mantu. He is all alone. If they get a well-placed flashbang, this position could be dealt with. He's already turned his back. He sees the shadow. There's one. And a second. The bomb's been dropped down. He's done his job. Even if he dies now, he's done more than enough for his teammates.
Indeed, he has. He drops the smoke down. Flash comes in. Zen trying to punish him. Does get the pick, sure, but it's still a 2v4 at the end of the day.
Yep.
That makes the 7 in a row even worse.
Quite a damning stat, isn't it? And a lot of those players that were eerily quiet in the first half have really come alive. Zen pushing through onto the site was always going to be... Inferno is certainly beckoning right now. OG, Eagles, MP9, looking to try and take aggression down connector. Understandable decision making, but they get in each other's way, and Madden punishes them. It's a 2-for-1, and that's nowhere near good enough for OG.
No, certainly not. It's looking quite dire indeed for them. Again, at least they won the first match, so they're guaranteed the third. But Mantu, he's trying to see if he can't keep them alive here on Overpass. A great pick at long. Gets it back into a 3-on-3, looking to try to maybe take a bit of a forward angle as well towards middle. He's also got Valda rotated up close on long A, who's trying to pick up a rifle, but may put him in a tough spot, or he may get caught with his pants down a bit, trying to throw some utility. Valda threatening him now with the AK, and he does find his man.
Does he overextend though? Because Stiko's there, he does! But it proves to be Stiko's unraveling, his undoing.
They could, trip and fall over a victory, and that's all they need now that they're at 15. So we'll have to just kind of keep our eyes peeled, and well, Farlig finding Mantu that early is certainly a bad sign for OG.
Kill comes back from Alexi. Well, we said the same thing. In the last round, it was looking grim. It wasn't a 2v4 situation, though. Alexi, with his back to the wall, has been splattered by Madden. Impossible. This would have to be a big error from FPX in their current positions if they let this one slip away, and Farlig fittingly puts the last nail on the... Lining up their grenades, forced with their backs against the wall to come out swinging. Smoke's now being put in. Molotov behind the new box, and Madden is burning. He's burning alive. He needs to get out of there, and he may be baited by Sonny. And if Sonny can get some kills, it'll be worthwhile, but he instantly gets decapitated by Alexi. And in doing so, OG have taken control of the site. Post-plant comes in. The smoke will be fading in just a few moments. And Zen, who was hoping to find a player transitioning to the backside of the site, there's now 3 of them in there. And without any incendiary, it's going to be so difficult to move them out of position. They don't even have flashbangs that they can toss in either. Basically, these 2 players for OG, unless they trip over each other, this should be a done deal. This should be locked in. Alexi B pushes the giant step towards the win. And there is another one. Stiko tries as he may on 12 HP. He is living on borrowed time. Moving into the stack, though. Littered with plenty of threats, plenty of issues. Big entry, though, from Mantu, but that is the only kill they've picked up as of yet. And Madden can stay perched up on the box. It's a difficult position to deal with, but Alexi just takes the fight to him. That's because they had smoked off coffins and CT. It afforded them that luxury. They're still not completely out of this round. And keep in mind, the economy of the CTs is still in rough shape. But Zen on the coffin.
Up A, and naturally they picked the right time to do it because it's a triple B stack, and no one broke it off of it yet with FPX.
Oh, and Zen gets pummeled through the smoke as well, which puts more pressure on Stiko. Nice shot onto Mantu. Posted up in middle. But he already knows that A site has been razed to the ground, and that bomb will be planted momentarily. The off angle from Valdo, waiting and anticipating the rotation to come in. The up shot misses from Farlig, but isn't fully punished. 3v3, Stiko has the positional advantage. However, because he got a kill in middle, they'd have a good idea that his position could very well be situated in apps. So I doubt the OG fall for this. They have Issa, who's in pit, that's likely looking up towards the balcony side, maybe mollied off by Stiko. That molly has extended, so Issa has to move out, and in doing so, gives himself away.
They just want to waterfall out apartments at this point, which is going to be tough. Sicko has a dangerous angle. cover this location.
The timing's so brutal, but he still survived, and Madden really helps him out. Bodyguards Stico from just getting run down.
I'll be playing a little bit more for a retake because of that, though they will maintain control of construction.
Smoke's coming down a little bit too late, though, and they'd already proceeded the push. The flashes didn't really have as much effect as they were hoping for, and now Sunny can bull back to New Box, where a molly is there waiting for him. Another flashbang up and over. This utility is absolutely on point from FPX, and it's kept OG stuck in the pool. They may be about to drown by bullets if they're not careful, because the smoke is now fading. Alexi nearly transitions for a double spray.
There's no idea.
Valda. Say again, sorry?
I thought they didn't have any idea about this player in dark, but now they do.
They realize it. With 10 seconds to go, Valda has to go in for some kills. The spray is labored, but doesn't really matter. There's 5 seconds to play with, and he just has to save the AK-47. Baron from FPX in the apps. So OG, they're getting a lot of free map control. It's a nice re-peek from Farlig, but does he peek one too many times? A 1-4 trade may not be good enough for the CTs. They need more behind this. Madden's hiding in the smoke, but his teammate's gone down, and now he will strike. Pivot in for 1. And a second, they're looking good with his crossfire, but his teammate, the Sticko's gone down. And Mini picked that spray transfer, the correction just at the end. The stray bullet hits Nico in the head. It's a 1-on-2 clutch. Antu is edging back towards Graveyard, and Madden comes out with already sitting pretty. Farlig, 3 kills to his name. It does feel like each and every one of those kills has been vastly impactful, but again he gets caught out in the open. Zen pushes the smoke past Valda, then gets punished, and Stico up on the balcony, not for the first time, is having to do everything by himself. He's having to somehow hold the site while everything else has been razed to the ground. And Sunny may get the drop timing onto Valda. Indeed he does. The HP advantage now actually edging in favor of FunPlus Phoenix.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for them. They do have a smoke and an HE grenade to put to use as well. And Sticko still has control of the apartments, which means that OG have a lot of angles to be responsible for all at once. They have to kind of just tuck tail and play passive. That smoke's going to isolate the player in sight.
Time is ticking away, and they've got the last 2 frags. Will there be enough time, though, once the Molotov fades? Will they die to the Molotov? They had very close 1 HP left for Sunny, and that may have been good enough to save the round, and it is! 1 HP and 9 on the 2 of them.
They have a couple of MAC-10s, a Tech 9, and a couple of Deagles. They do have a little bit of utility, though, and they do have the head armor, so at least they have something to work with, but they're getting crushed again at Banana.
Aggression, and Madden taking the spearhead and ramming it straight into OG. He's gone down, but the damage has been inflicted. And just like that, OG, a player behind. Stico's using that smoke as a bit of a shroud. He's hiding on tree, and this could just be the end of the half. This could be the end of the round, going the way of FPX. He's just making sure that no one's snuck up to the top side of Banana, but he actually dies.
They will smoke CT, but Sunny knows they're not committing. He's pushing, he's getting in behind. He finds the frag onto Issa, and it seems like things should now be back under control. Sunny's able to guard B by himself. They're able to keep their defense up with Farlig holding that angle on brackets at middle to keep intel if they're going to fall back for mid control. And so I think FPX should be good to go here for an 8th, but we'll see if Alexi or Amantu can hit a blinder here on Farlig and somehow open the round back up.
Yeah, it feels like that is the key moment now in this round. If they can deal with Farlig, maybe there's a way forward. He is watching the angle from Arches. They peek in, he nearly gets a 2 for 1. He goes back in for seconds, and he will double up. The one kit they have is on Alexi, who's isolated by himself over on the CT side. So if he dies with the kit, as he has just done, they've got to make a move over there to pick that one up. And so much time has elapsed already that this is just completely and utterly collapsed.
Too much. They're still holding position for the most part. Now Valdez in a tricky little spot here, but he gets his man and a second. And now things are looking quite grim for FPX.
Smoke extinguishing the Molotov instantly as they desperately try to cling on to Banana control. And so far, OG have repelled the push, but they still have to contend with Farlig and Stico.
But he was able to get some support from a flash inside to linger around and find himself a 3rd before finally going down. Now FPX are trying to see what they can force through with their low numbers. They do find 1 entry here onto B, but they still have to worry about the player in the back. Looks like it's going to be Alexa B, and the clock is very much against them.
That's a great flashbang tossed in. And that finishes off Stico, who is already low. Farlig with 6 seconds to go. If he's going to plant the bomb, he has to stick it. And he tries to draw out the players into the open. Oh, that was so close.
Towards middle. Could still play spoiler.
That's a shot he should be landing. And Zen punishes Valda. Issa straight back in. Issa has been tagged though, and it's the MP9 at this range. Good luck, Nico. You better throwing insults at him than that, honestly. Mantu in the meanwhile though does at least put down Sunny, and the AWP will rattle off the frag. Looking good. Looking very good for OG. Looking down the round and potentially only one casualty. It will. Yeah, that is certainly sending a shiver down the collective spine of OG after that beautiful 1D. Good flashbang. Allows them to bridge the gap. Two players tripping over each other, but Mantu makes sure that the bullet does not miss. Valda burns alive. The double Molotov cooks it. But there is a good HE, a parting gift onto Zen and Sunny before the bomb plant comes in.
Towards Pit, knowing that our trap is very much a possibility, which is indeed going to be the case. He's trying to stay alive as he can. He's playing a nice little headshot angle here, and he's popping the domes of his opposition, buying time for a rotation from his teammates. And Nico, oh my goodness, Nico, he is absolutely lighting up the scoreboard. He'll do it all by himself. Perfectly. We already know Nico's up to the task. He's already done it last round.
Issa from the very same position. And now Nico can strike and pivot in with 2 and make it 3 more kills. After looking great. Oh! And Nico has gone down to the hands of Stiko, and it's just so rough. Just when you start to feel like OG maybe can just accelerate towards the finish line. They do go down a player. Mantu, though, at least brings it back into even and goes one step further. Farling has been dealt the fatal blow, and he nearly gets another one. But he's pushed back by Stiko.
Yeah, he went for a little bit extra there, and if he would have gotten it, it seems like that would have been maybe one of the final nails in the coffin, but getting caught gives Phoenix a chance. But Valda looking to eradicate that big kill there, and he's even able to get back. There's nothing to stop the cross except for Sunny's AK.
They can hear 2 footsteps now from 2 separate players. They know exactly where it's coming from, but that's only half the trouble. And now Stiko at the back of the site, the new box can maybe lock this one down. The pre-fire is good onto Issa. They were thinking about rotating a second player away, but this is coming too late. This read is going to be huge. It's going to be massive. Alexi needs to hold the line against multiple players, and he gets a kill and a lot of damage down onto Stiko. Will that be good enough, though, to remedy the situation, or is this the beginning of the end? FPX are getting more kills. The flashbang is good, and 2 players coming up. Banana lined up for Farling, and he takes the first one down and the second. This could be it for OG. Nico is having to somehow pull the rabbit out the hat. He's already done it once today, but under very different circumstances. He was the defender, and now he needs to be the offense. He needs to attack the site, and Farling drills him down.